Hi from Birdhouse Yarns. This is Holly, the owner. I am here today to talk to you about tension during Fair Isle knitting. Keeping your tension easy. If you are a tight knitter, one thing to do is, and I do this a lot, I will pull, once I've knit the one color, I will kind of like make sure that my stitches are a little bit further away from the tip here. So when I go to do the next color, I already have created a space between where I'm knitting and where the last stitch was. The other thing to know is that you should never tighten. Never pull it tight. Just do your stitch and let it come off the needle. Because what happens is, you see how that's kind of sort of loose right there? It seems like, oh, that's way too loose. But the next time I knit with this color, I have the option of just bringing it a little, just barely tugging it to, and I'm not even really tugging it, I'm like barely pulling it, just to get it right at the needle. And then I go and do the next stitch. And this really is a way for anybody who has problems with their tension to do their stitch, let it come off, let it be, and kind of pull it away so that it kind of opens up. And then when you go to do your next stitch, you give it just a little tug so it's then the right distance. And you don't even have to give it a tug. Pretty much when you do your next stitch, it already pulls it a little bit as you do the motion. So if this is open and I go to do the next stitch, it will close it just a bit as I make the motion of wrapping. One of the best things to do is to constantly be pushing your work that you just knit away from you, because that will help give more space back here for whatever color that you're working, whatever you're doing, because it, it's just like a natural, it's a mechanical pulling away. And so long as you don't pull too tightly, it will stay loose. And I mean, you can see that it looks maybe even a little too loose, perhaps, because you see the holes there. But what happens is, the first time, when you finish this, you're going to wash it, you're going to soak it. And especially with this Shetland wool, it will bloom. And so it will fill in all of those spaces. Plus, with all of the floats behind it, it will also help it to bloom and to fill in. So don't think that it's going to be too cold with all these holes in it. It's going to fill up.